Welcome back to Good Group Sports, everybody. This is going to be episode 1 of our playoff preview for the college football playoffs. Joined here by my father, Ryan.
Hi, everyone.
We're going to start off with probably not the most exciting matchup of the first round, but it is the first matchup on the schedule, Notre Dame versus Indiana. This game will be played at Notre Dame. Doesn't make too much of a difference where it is played because both of them are from the Hoosier State.
Yeah, that's right. I thought that was curious when I saw that list come up of who was playing who, that they would essentially both have, well, it's not a home game for Indiana, but their fans can hop in their minivan and get there within a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me personally, what I'm most excited to see is Notre Dame's quarterback, Riley Leonard, in a playoff situation. Came from Duke, had a great career at Duke, transferred in, and has already led Notre Dame to a playoff appearance in his first season.
Yeah, Notre Dame has a great pedigree of quarterbacks, don't they? I mean, last year they had that 45-year-old sensation who I just loved watching play. I mean, that throughout time they've had great quarterbacks, and Riley's no exception to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I have him as the number 10 quarterback prospect in the 2025 NFL Draft Big Board. But he's not the only offensive powerhouse for Notre Dame. Running back Jeremiah Love put together a fantastic season, especially towards the end when he just absolutely came on and played fantastic.
Yeah, this is the year of the running back, I think, for a lot of college teams, and definitely Jeremiah Love is no exception. He's fantastic this year, and I think he's really going to put up some good numbers against Indiana.
And Notre Dame, they're just as strong defensively. Linebacker Jack Kaiser's one heck of a prospect, and Xavier Watts, the number 2 safety in my top 10, is one of the best defensive players in college football and easily should be considered for All-American.
Yeah, he's got 5 interceptions already. That's almost one every other game. Do you think he's going to get 1 or 2 against Indiana?
I think there's definitely an opportunity, but the Indiana quarterback, the Ohio transfer, Curtis Rourke, he's put together a season which was way more impressive than anybody really saw to come out of them, and I think that goes for the entire Indiana team after they finished 3-9 last year.
I know, it's just fascinating to me that a team can have such a record last year and then in 1 year's time they're in the playoffs. I mean, it boggles the mind.
Yeah. As a playoff team, Indiana's probably the team that most people probably would say are least deserving. They only played one ranked team, and that one ranked game that they played, they lost 38-15 to a very, very strong Ohio State team.
Yeah, it was always up for discussion when you have a team like Indiana come in. But the bottom line is, how could you keep a team like them out? They can only play who's in front of them on any given Saturday. So they took care of all but one. So really, although they may on the surface seem like one of the lesser teams, they earned the right to be in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And one of the best players that really helped him get to this point was linebacker Aiden Fisher, total over 100 tackles, which is impressive for anybody. And this Indiana team, not the most explosive, but they are very fundamentally sound, and I think Notre Dame may be a more polished and more explosive version of Indiana.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, none of them on paper blow you away with amazing, fantastic plays. But to your point, which I love, is they're both fundamentally sound. So I think if you are a true football fan, you're going to really appreciate this game.
Yeah, this game isn't going to be 56-55. It's going to be low scoring. I do think Notre Dame wins by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it seems to be heading that way. I agree with you. The only thing that might hurt Notre Dame is if they go into it thinking they're the superior team. They start looking ahead to the next game, and that could be the downfall of them. But if they stay focused, which I do think they will, I think they'll have this with a comfortable 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, and looking ahead was the reason they have a loss this year to Northern Illinois. It's a very strange loss, especially since they went on to win 4 ranked games. They're a very strong team, and they could make some noise in the playoffs.
Well, they probably learned from that loss, which is good. When you follow a team, baseball, basketball, football, whatever, if they're going to have losses, you want those to be early so they learn from them and they become even stronger at the end of the line where it counts the most.
Absolutely. For my score prediction, I'm going to go Notre Dame 24, Indiana 10.
Okay, I'm gonna. I think this might be a heavily field goaled game, so I'm going to say 19-10, Notre Dame winning.
Interesting. And that will conclude episode 1 of our series of looking ahead to all the college football playoff games.